Hey lovely people, what's going on today? I came up here to meet a farmer to talk to him about my field and possibly putting some hay out there. And so I'll fill you in on that in a second. But when I first pulled in, look what I pulled into and found. Yes, another tree down right here by our chairs. We're lucky, aren't we? Now, if you were hanging out with us in the fall of last year, you see this big old piece of tree right here. This log came out of the top of that tree right there. Well, that tree continued on up, and this is the rest of it. It's a big one. There's a lot to it. There's some of the old limbs I had cut off of the other one, and this here, this is the new one that came down. It's I think a pig nut hickory they call it. Anyway, this is where it split off right here. This thing looks plenty alive to me. I think it just got weakened from when the other side split off. But this tree is lean, and obviously we're going to take it down, so that's going to be coming down very soon, and I'll need to finish cleaning that up. If you remember, this I was working on it right when life changed and the grandchildren came on board with us, and we've been a little bit busy since then. But now we're going to get up here. We're going to have to clean that up. But yeah, my whole purpose today of getting up here was to talk about our field. We got about 18 to 20 acres, depending if you count the sides of the driveway and all the nooks and crannies. But as far as good farmland, I guess there's probably 18 acres. And there's a gentleman that has been doing some work for one of my neighbors, planting orchard grass, a little timothy in there. First, what he does is he comes in here to the field and he will bog it down, and first he'll cut it really good with the bush hog, real flat. And as y'all know, I spend a lot of time bush hogging it, so this could relieve me from a lot of cutting time, which I'm not going to cry about that. And then he, after he cuts it, he bogs it, then he discs it and just gets it ready for planting. He'll put some lime on there as he's putting things down. He'll put that orchard grass in and some different fertilizers. The ones that he told me he uses, I'm going to research these because I don't want anything that's going to be bad for our ground, because we intend to have livestock out there in the future. We intend to have gardens. This would be a temporary thing, but he would want to do it for a period of time before it would be worth it to him, and I completely understand that, because you got to recoup that investment and make some money. That's the whole reason for it. But he puts ammonia sulfate, I believe. I wrote it down. Let me just confirm. Yeah, ammonia sulfate, potash, and urea. And those are the three products that he uses on there. I know there's a lot of you guys that know a lot about this stuff. If you can tell me if you feel like that is a good product or combination of items that won't do any detrimental things to the land, or if it will, I would love to know, because I'm going to be making a decision on this pretty soon. He's going to try to not use any herbicides, do anything that would, cause any long-term issues. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. And then if you guys have done this before, or if you grow hay, and any of you that might know what fair market value is, as far as, I know there's different ways you can kind of share crop. You can take part of the hay. He does square bales, by the way, so he's not doing the big round bales. He figures he can make a lot more money doing the square bales for the price that it goes for, compared to the quantity of hay that's in a round bale. This is not my thing yet, but I do want to learn from him. He also is a timber guy, and so we're going to walk the woods and look at some trees and just figure out, if there's some trees out there that need to come down. I don't want to take too much out, but there is some smart management that you can do to determine, to make the woods healthier and get better growth. But yeah, we're gonna look at that together as well. Got a few mosquitoes hitting me. But right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish bush hogging this field myself. Got the bat wing still up here attached to the tractor. It's been a few days since I've been up here, since the last time that I pulled it up to the barn here when it got hot. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop open the hood. I'm going to check those screens, make sure they're clean again. I cleaned them before I started cutting last time, and I'm going to look and see if I can blow out, because I don't have any running water up here, or I would flush those radiators right here and right now, and the air conditioner coolant little piece there that's got the fins in it. But I'm gonna blow them out. I'm gonna disconnect them and blow them the best I can, just to make sure they're as good as I can get them with just pressure. I'll be using a pretty high powerful leaf blower, but not strong enough to hurt the fins. But yeah, you know what I could do? I might take them down to the creek and see about flushing them down there if they're real bad. But let's get in there and take a look. All right, I just needed to raise up the loader here so I could pop the hood and get in here. It's been doing nothing but raining since we were here last time, so that was the holdup right there. All right, let's see what we can find in here. So this has obviously got a little bit of gunked up stuff in it, and I can see a little bit in the actual radiator cooler myself here, and same thing with the air conditioner cooler. So we'll clean these out here in a few. They're thick, and the fact that it was wet, I think that might have been my issue. You know, I was cutting wet grass and it was blowing up and out there in the field, and when it's wet it packs in a lot worse, look at that, than if it's dry. If it's dry, you just do that and it all comes off. When it's wet, you definitely, it blocks the air. That's why we got hot. I had some smart folks, some of you folks commented on that last video and said that that's probably what it was, that too much gunk has gotten in here. And it's just never happened to me before. I think the reason it's never happened is because I don't cut the field wet like it was. It was still damp, just because we just don't stop getting rain. And it's damp today too, but I'll just be sure to check it often. So I'm gonna pull this out and see if we can clean her up. So this one just has this little click right here. You gotta take these hoses and pull them out around this bracket here. And that way you can pull this on out. But it doesn't come out all the way with this tire in the way, as you can see. I may have to crank it up again and cut the wheel and see if I can get it out. See if that gives us the space we need. We're still stuck. I tell you, I've tried this before and it wants to dig in right here a little bit, and I don't like that. Surely there's a better way than that. See if I can cut it any further. No, not so easy. It's caked pretty good. And then down here, I'll shove this in here a second. This one, I've got this little clip here. And it will pull out pretty good, actually. So that one comes out not bad at all. But if nothing else, I need to get a pump up sprayer and fill it up at the creek and then just spray through that, see if I can get any of that out. I feel like I need a little bit more pressure than that. I wish I'd have brought something with me to do it with. Well, if all else fails, grab you a Harbor Freight bucket and get you some water from the creek. That's the area I still need to cut right there and a little over on the other side. So the only brush I've got up here is a broom. Move this, and I'm gonna see if I can get this off dry. Yeah, instead of wetting this, just get this stuff off. Because again, it's caked on because it went on there wet. But yeah, this just a good stiff bristle brush will get most of this off. It's the actual coils that are gonna be the challenge. I'll blow it first, get anything out I can with air over there. And then I will see if I can do anything with the water we just got out of the creek. Need to get me a good handheld brush up here. Don't want to use a broom in the future. Well, since the broom did work on the other one so good, let's just give it a little bit of a brushing here. Get that surface off, and maybe I can blow through it a little better. So look what I'm getting out of there. So up inside of here, there is some stuff caked up against it, and that's on the inside of these pieces that I'm pulling out. So yeah, that's not good at all. That was our problem. That's probably behind this one as well. So we're gonna get in there and find out. Let's get some of this stuff out of here. Let's see what blowing it'll do here in just a second. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little dunking in this water. Since this one will reach, we can get some of it in there, and then I can take this. Let's try to push it through the other way. And just see if we can get anything cleared out like that. So we can soften up this side a little bit too. My fear is, since I'm not flushing it good, it's just gonna cake it in there. And I think that's probably what's gonna happen. Down here, I'd say to clear out fine, but I need something. Need a way to flush it better. Not too fond of this at all. It's not doing much. Okay, so don't laugh at me, but I've come up with a plan, and it involves this sifter. This is like a flour sifter, and a water hose, some duct tape, some plastic, and a handful of rocks. So I've got this old Ryobi pump that I've had for a while, and it pumps water good. This is the inlet, this is the outlet. So my plan is to throw one end into the creek, and I want to filter it with this sifter. I want to put some big rocks in here around the area where the water hose might go, and I'll be putting duct tape over this with some plastic and keeping anything else from getting in there. But obviously the rocks need to be larger than the end of the water hose, so the water hose is going to go like right here. Okay, and now let's set it right here. We'll get some plastic, wrap around there, and tape it in, and that will sink it, and that'll be my filter. You know, you just got to improvise. Boy, that sun just went behind a cloud, and it feels nice. All right, so let's stick that there. We'll get this tape in place here. Let it tape up a portion of it. Keep that water hose down in there. Let's turn it over this way and see if we can do something with that tape. Let's see here. I know this is not a permanent solution, but I'm up here at this land, off grid, no running water, no nothing, and I need to flush that out, so we're gonna do it. Okay, so we got the plastic taped on. Now it's time to get that hose really on here good. This is what a lot of y'all would call redneck engineering, I think. And you can't ever use enough duct tape. All right, I think we've got us a filter here. Yeah, that's gonna do it. All right, I'm in the tractor. We put the radiator and that cooler for the condenser, or whatever that thing's called for the air conditioner. We hooked it back in there. We put the screens back in. I'm gonna go ahead and lower my loader here, and we're gonna truck it down to the creek. It right now is cool, completely cool. And it will be, since we're not going to be doing any work. I've got the wings up. We're going to go ahead and skedaddle on down here. And yeah, let's, I got my water hoses and my pump with my battery, with my homemade filter down in the cab floor here. And we're going to see if we can hook this thing up and flush that out. Oh, man, I'm so glad I'm talking to you. I just remembered I did not grab my spray nozzle that I purchased just for this, so I'm gonna run back and get it. We got it. That's the spray nozzle. Take these zip ties off of here real quick. We're ready to spray it. Now after all this, the thing I'm concerned about, just so you know, is the pump not working for some reason, because it's been setting for a year probably, maybe give or take a few months, without being turned on. I'm not even going to bother turning it on until we get this hose in the water, and it's a 25-foot hose, so I'm hoping it has enough head suction to get it up that hose and coming out the other 25-foot section. So we're talking a total 50 feet, so we'll see how it works. I hope so. So right here is the opening through the woods to get down here to the creek. And the creek's pretty full because we've had nothing but rain forever. We actually have the first several days coming in a couple of days from now where we have a dry spell, and it's going to get up into the 90s. So the humidity's been insane. So let's get over in the shade. No sense in working in the sun. And let's kind of scoot a little close, but not too close. This ought to do it. I've got 50 feet, so I'm going to turn I'm going to raise this loader up because we're going to need to be getting in there. And I'm going to turn my wheels that way so I can hopefully get out. Let's take it down. Let's shut her off. All right. Let's I never like getting under this loader without any kind of safety mechanism, so I'm always watching, but what good that'll do me, I don't know. Let's take this out. Well, we gotta get the screens on the other side. This ground is soft and wet, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna bring these screens back around. Don't wanna forget them. That's for darn sure. Here we are. Is it gonna sink? Okay, it's down there in the bottom. All right, let me get the spigot on. Got the cheapest one I could find. So just ran down the road. Well, it's a good drive, but had to get lunch anyway. All right, let's go turn the pump on. Cross your fingers. Oh no, it didn't like that. I'll tell you what, let's take it off of this side over here. See if we can need to get some air in there. I need a shorter hose. No. That don't sound good. Let's try it again. I'm not sure, y'all. I really had high hopes for this. I see the water hose moving. Come on, come on, come on. It's going. It's going. All right, I'm gonna let it run a few minutes. I don't think we'll drain that creek. And then we're gonna hook this up and see if we can get it up there. Awesome. Yeah, that wasn't sounding good, y'all. It seems to be filtering good. All right, let's hook this up. Now, as soon as I hook this up, I'm gonna go over and squeeze that trigger because we want the water to come out. Come on, it's on jet. Yes. We'll put it back in the creek for a minute. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and put this down. Just, what's going on? Why ain't that still spraying? We'll just let it keep spraying. Well, I've got it out. Let's just see. That's not a ton of pressure, y'all. That is not a ton of pressure, but it's better than nothing. I wonder if there's any chance that it's this faucet here. I wonder if it's this faucet. So there's full. We'll just flush it in this way for a minute, get it filled up. It is coming out the other side a little bit. This is definitely gonna help. It's got to. I wish this would pull out further, but as you can see, it's out all the way to the tire. You know, we gotta be getting some stuff out eventually. If I could take this thing out all the way and turn it upside down and let it drain through, that would be the ideal situation, I think. I'm trying not to get, at the same time, any water up there in my air filter, the intake. It's kind of a hard deal. I should have covered it with something. Next time I shall do that. And I'm trying to get in here a little bit too, to get the water flushed through there. Then we'll handle that lower one in a moment. But yeah, creek's helping us. I thought it would have more pressure than this. Let's take a look on the front side real quick. Let's just go through it this way. This is the side that's clogged. Maybe hitting it right here will help get it unclogged. I'll hit it on this side and then I'll hit the other side again. See if we can push it back through. Good thing I got a 4-wheel drive tractor. It's better than nothing, I think. I think you've seen enough. I'm gonna keep working on it, but that's what we're doing. I can see through it. This is definitely flushing this one. And I can see through the other one pretty well. There's some areas that's still not cleaned out yet. All right, I'm showing you more, sorry. But I thought I needed to get closer to it, try to push that out better. Because I can still see it blocked a little bit, a good bit actually. We're just gonna keep going. Well, I can definitely tell you it's better than it was. Let's let it keep draining for a little while before we crank up this motor, let it dry out a bit. We'll let her dry. Oh boy. It is muggy out there. Let's turn the AC on. Well, we did it. I let it drip dry, put the screens back in, and we're gonna pop this in reverse, and we're gonna back up this big old 15-foot Rhino. I'm gonna drop this loader down just a little bit, and we may cut an acre or two, who knows. Let's try it. Turn this away. Yeah, we made some tracks down there, y'all. I don't know if you can see them back there, but the creek saved us. I think it'll stay cool now. Let's hope so anyway. All right, let's drop down the money. All right, she's in there. Let's go ahead and engage the PTO. Cross your fingers. Some of you don't know it, but we've had issues with this. We got it. Thank you, Lord. All right, let's get it on up to a 540 RPM back there on the PTO. Get it out of 4-wheel drive. All right, she's at 540. Let's creep on up here. Let's lower it down. Seems like she's cutting. So we're going up here to where we left off, and we're going to finish this up. But you saw a lot of cutting the last couple weeks, so I'm not going to put this one on you here. We're just going to try to wrap it up, and then I'll let you guys know what happened between me and my hay guy, and see if we end up doing something. But I'm really looking forward to your comments before I make that decision. I don't know if you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed my day. It would have been better had I not had to MacGyver that thing, but we got her done, and that's what counts. So thanks for joining us here at the lovely place, and God bless you. We'll see you next time. You take care.